Hi Cancer, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing a bonus reading for you guys. You had the highest viewership again last week, so I wanted to say thank you. I am going to start by letting you know that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Cancer sign. So guys, just take what resonates for you, leave the rest for someone else. Keep in mind that energies can reverse. So if it is resonating with you, get in where you fit in. And as always, Cancer, don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Cancer? Wow, your energy popped right out. Okay, so you're starting out with the Nine of Swords in the reverse. You have the Emperor in the reverse. And you have Judgment. Okay, so I feel like you've made a judgment call here. I feel like you're unconcerned about it. Now, I do feel like this was a situation that you were at some point really upset about. You were losing sleep about this. You were having a lot of anxiety, but you're coming out of that energy. You're kind of assuming more of an unconcerned approach here. With the Emperor here in the reverse, I feel like whatever this situation was is something that spun out of control. You could have been dealing with a false twin flame. You could have been dealing with somebody who, you know, was a masculine in a negative energy. They just were not like coming up to their highest energy. But I feel like you've made a judgment call, and your judgment call here is saying, look, I am not taking any further action towards this. This is a situation that's out of my control, and I'm just not going to worry about it. So let me see. Let me see who's in your energy. Show me who's in Cancer's energy. It's a little too many. Show me who's in Cancer's energy, please. All right, so the person in your energy has the Six of Swords. We have the Eight of Swords in the reverse. And we have the Hermit in the reverse. All right, so this is somebody who is moving forward. They're trying to move to something that's more peaceful. I do feel like they're freeing themselves from something here. You both have that energy of having had a lot of anxiety, a lot of, this person's a real overthinker, and they're freeing themselves from that. They're moving forward. They're moving towards peace. And I do feel like with the Hermit here in the reverse, this could be somebody who you may not have spoken to in a minute. Yeah, you may not have spoken to this person. I feel like you kind of moved on with your life here. You felt like you didn't have any other choice but to do so. And now this is somebody who I feel like is moving towards you. I also feel like you haven't spoken to this person, and you may get some sort of communication from them. You could be dealing with a Virgo, but, you know, or somebody with strong Virgo in their chart. Let me see the energy between Cancer and this person. Five of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, you could actually be reconciling with this person. I will tell you this person's moving towards you with the idea of reconciliation. It's going to be a judgment call for you. This is somebody that I do think things really did spin out of control with, and you made a decision not to take any more action. So I see that there's been a break here between the two of you, and this person is freeing themselves from something and moving towards you. Let me see what's affecting this connection. At some point, this was a great loss for you. You felt, you know, very abandoned or rejected by this person, or perhaps them from you. I do feel like you have kind of come around the corner, though. You're no longer in that energy. The Devil in reverse. So what's affecting the connection is that this person is freeing themselves from something that was toxic. Now, you felt like this was a toxic situation previously. Yeah, so I get the feeling here, Cancer, that you haven't talked with this person in a minute, and they are now moving in your direction, trying to make peace with you, trying to create a reconciliation. And it's encouraging that the Devil is in reverse. You could be dealing with somebody that there was codependency in the connection, or maybe this person had some sort of addiction They could have been some third party. I don't know, but there was toxic energy that this person's coming out of. Whatever it was that you felt made this relationship just really go out of control and caused you to pull back, that's what this person's freeing themselves from. So let's see your outcome at the end of the week. Show me the outcome between Cancer and this person. All right, 10 of coins, that's good, and the 5 of wands. All right, so this person in your energy, I do feel like there could be some, we're going to clarify this, but there could be some combative energy here. I feel like there could have been competition. This person may have tried to put you in competition with someone else. But I'm getting the feeling like they now want to fight for this connection. Now, you're looking at things from a long-term perspective. This is going to be a judgment call for you. I feel like you're gonna look at this person and you're trying to decide, is this someone I can settle down with? Is this someone that I can spend the rest of my life with? You have a family with, build a connection and also a future with. So it's definitely going to be a judgment call here. Let me see. Yeah, the bottom of the deck is the 3 of Swords. So this is underlying energy. This was a painful situation. And it looks like, Cancer, you finally have started coming out of that energy. You have finally kind of, gotten your bearings here. You've freed yourself from a lot of this pain and anxiety. And now this person's coming back around. So let's clarify. Spirit, why is the 9 of Swords in reverse for Cancer? Why is the 9 of Swords in reverse for Cancer? The High Priestess and the 10 of Wands. Yeah, there were a lot of problems in this connection. There were a lot of problems, and it looks like there were secrets here too. Now, with this 10 of coins, some of you may already be in another connection as well. Yeah, this person may have waited too long. But what I see as far as what you're freeing yourself from, there was a lot of problems here. It was overwhelming. There were secrets. There were, you just felt burdened at some point in this connection. I'm also seeing here that your intuition is what led you out of the energy that you were in. I feel like you may have been dealing with somebody who wasn't very honest here. Why is the Emperor in reverse for Cancer? The Death card. Yeah, there it is. The 2 of you were not communicating. There was a break in communication, a break in the connection. I see an ending in this connection because you just felt like it was just out of control, or this person was out of control. So I feel like you kind of pulled back and you decided to heal your energy and take no action towards them. Let me see why Judgment is here. Two of Cups reversed and the 7 of Pentacles. You've been very patient. I feel like you've been very patient. A lot of you may have known that this person was going to eventually come back towards you. This could have been a situation where there's been breakups and the 2 of you have gotten back together on multiple occasions. But I feel like you've been very patient. I feel like you may feel that the 2 of you are still not on the same page. And like I said, some of you are unwilling to move back towards this person because you're now investing in a new connection. And that new connection does look like it will go the distance for those of you that are in that situation. Let's look at this person's energy. Why is the 6 of Swords here? Could be dealing with a Leo. Yeah, they want to reconcile. That's exactly it. And I feel like you're going to hear them out. A lot of you are. You're going to look at this, but some of you are already investing elsewhere in another connection that looks good. And others of you, it's just going to be a judgment call. Now, this person in your energy is moving towards you with the intent of a reconciliation. They see you as their happiness. They feel like they are now seeing things more clearly than they did in the past. They were involved in something that was very chaotic, that had them in a state of anxiety all the time, and they're trying to free themselves from that and move towards you. And this is someone from the past. Why is the Eight of Swords here? Oh, look at that. Now we have the Emperor. They're saying the Emperor is in the upright and also the King of Cups. So this person feels like they are your divine partner. They do. You may be thinking that they're not. Some of you may feel like this was a false twin flame or a false soul connection. I do see that this person has deep feelings for you. They do have love for you. You could be dealing with an Aries. I'm also seeing Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer energy here. But this person, they are freeing themselves, and they want to take charge of the situation, whereas in the past they didn't. That's part of the reason why this ended. This person has been watching you. They've been kind of keeping an eye on you because they do have deep emotions for you. And I feel like they're going to come towards you and they're going to let you know. They're going to try to take charge of the situation here. Why is the Hermit in reverse for the person in Cancer's energy? But yeah, Page of Swords. They've been watching you. They're hoping you're not in another connection. They're hoping that there's not somebody else that they're going to have to compete with, because this person's determined to come towards you. They're determined to fight for the connection. Yeah, they're hoping that you're not already involved with someone else. So they've been trying to figure that out. They've been looking at maybe your social media. They could be talking to mutual friends. But they're trying to figure out, are you involved with someone else? And they're hoping you're not. Let me see the energy between Cancer and this person. Why is the Five of Coins in reverse? Six of Swords reversed. Page of Pentacles reversed. And then you don't believe them. Yeah, you don't believe them. You don't believe that they're actually offering you anything of substance here. So it's almost like when this person comes in, Cancer, you're putting a halt to it right away. See, they're in their little water Uber and they're like, oh, I'm coming over to Cancer. I'm headed to Cancer. And then you give them the Heisman. Bam. No, I don't believe you. I don't even want to talk to you. I don't want to deal with your secrets. I don't want to deal with all the problems that you brought to me last time. You know, I waited. It looks like a lot of you may have waited to try to, you know, reconcile with this person. And now at this point, you're like, I'm not getting myself back into that. I don't want to be involved in all of those problems and secrets again. So you're turning this person down. Yeah. Now, if they did move towards another person, that did not work out. It may have been an earth sign, but it didn't work out. Let me see why the Devil is in reverse. This is what's affecting the connection. The Strength card and the Six of Coins reversed. Yeah, I feel like you don't even want to talk to this person, Cancer. You feel like this person is toxic and that they lie, they keep secrets. They're, you know, they're more problem than they are benefit to you in your life. This person broke your heart at some point. So you feel like this person may not even be telling you the truth about, you know, that they're coming towards you, that they've freed themselves from something else. They have strong feelings for you, though. They definitely have very strong feelings. And I will say, you know, I'm not trying to defend them or anything that they've done, but this is somebody who has been working on themselves and they have been addressing toxic issues in their life. They definitely have a come up here. They are now like managing their life versus being managed by some kind of toxic situation or person. So this is somebody that is actively working on themselves. This person could be a business owner, but they don't have to be. They could also be like a high-level manager. I feel like they were involved in something that was extremely chaotic and toxic, And now they kind of have clarity about the situation. They've come out of that, but it just may be too late, because you don't, I feel like you're kind of saying, you know, I don't want to deal with it. You breadcrumbed me. You know, you had third party energy for some of you. I feel like you felt like this just wasn't balanced. You were the one that was giving, and this person was just taking. They weren't giving back, or at least not equally. Maybe they gave just enough to keep you holding on. And now this person has kind of woken up from whatever this toxic situation is, and they're like, oh my God, I really do love Cancer. They're highly focused on you, and they are watching you in some form. So they're like trying to get their act together, but I don't know that you're receptive. Let me see the outcome. Show me the outcome. Show me the outcome. Page of Cups. Yeah, you've moved on to somebody new. 9 of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Yeah, I feel like you've moved on to somebody new. You're investing in a new person that you feel it's going to go the distance. And honestly, it does look like that too, because I feel like if you're with someone new or hoping for someone new, if you're hoping for someone new, you've got someone new coming in. And I do feel like it will be a long-term and very successful relationship here. I see you accumulating wealth with this person. I see family and friends liking this person. If you want to have a family, and family can be whatever. It could be you and a fur baby, you and this person and a fur baby, or you and with this person and kids. But I see you rejecting this connection here, rejecting this idea of reconciliation. It's like you wouldn't touch this person with a 10-foot pole. I feel like you're investing in something else, and you're like, okay, what we had, but it's done. It's over, and I'm not going backwards. So you're not allowing this person to come back into your life. Now, like I said, they're working on themselves, and you're kind of like, yeah, that's great. Good for you. I'm glad for you. Leave me alone. So I do see you investing elsewhere. I see you supported by family and friends in that endeavor as well. I don't see this connection moving forward. I do see this person becoming single. So I see them in a very single energy. I see them still continuing to work on themselves. I do feel that they are going to try to fight for the connection. They're not going to like your answer, but at the same time, you know, that's what happens. You should have been good to Cancer when you had the chance. So I feel like it's just an outright no. I'm not doing this. I'm not going backwards. Bottom of the deck is the Knight of Wands. This person is headed in your direction, and they're coming fast. You see this person still as a player. And a lot of you, it's like you don't care if this person has gotten their act together. Good for you. But I feel like you've moved forward, and I feel like it was very difficult for you to do that as well. So I don't blame you for not wanting to move backwards. All right, I'm going to pull an oracle card, but just expect this person to show up. This will be somebody you've had a break from, you haven't talked with in a minute. Somebody that was very important to you at one point, but this person did break your heart. Pulling for Cancer. All right. Yeah. Dark Night of the Soul. Transformation, awakening, Tower. Now, I feel like you went through a dark night of the soul, Cancer, and now I feel like it's this person that's having to go through what you went through. All right, so your affirmation is, in darkness, I can cultivate my light. The Tower, the deepest cave, the endless desert. A dark night of the soul is a period of extreme challenges, whether internal, external, or both. It is the fight with the dragon, the monsters in your head, the demons in your life. It is to experience a great loss or catastrophic confusion. It is a thing that every human wishes to avoid but cannot. It is a stirring of your soul, a call for the deepest transformations, whether that be a reconstruction of your life, values, or self. These periods can take us to a hell of sorts. They take us to a place so deep within us that we think it will never end. A trapdoor through which we just keep falling into a great void of dark experiences and painful emotions. It can strip everything away from us. We have no choice but to face the dragon, to find the treasure, to seek the light, to become the warrior we were always capable of being. This is when we become a more powerful version of self, when we learn the ways of the great witches who came before us and know that we are so much stronger, wiser, and worthier than we ever thought possible. We earn our gifts in this place, those we were not born with but were always meant for. Our new self is forged in the fire of transformation, and we can do more than just survive. We can become the light that we so desperately need. We can rise from the ashes and become the phoenix. We can awaken to the powerful truth of our own being. Pulling this card can confirm that you have experienced an evolution of your soul, that you have overcome or are capable of overcoming difficulties and receiving the gifts that come from that, as hard and as dark as it may be. You are learning the way of the warrior. This card also has an energy of transformation behind it. Perhaps you feel your soul is stirring and that it is time for new growth within, or you want to change your life, your beliefs, or your values. Listen to this calling and do not fear the dark if you already have your lantern and your compass. Yeah, that's that Hermit energy, but I feel like you guys have gone through this and you're now coming out of this energy. So I feel like this person may be going through what you've already gone through. All right, I hope that this has been helpful for you. If you have resonated with this reading, Cancer, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. And until I see you in your next reading, Cancer, namaste.